Hi, you guys. We want to take a look at how to find the x and y intercepts without a graph. So if I had the equation 2x minus 3y equals 12, what are my x and y intercepts? So first, we'll take a quick review. What an x-intercept is and a y-intercept, sort of like an intersection. You can think of the x-axis as x street and the y-axis as y street. I explained this in my other video. So when you have a graph or equation of a line going through your coordinate plane, you have something sometimes that goes through the x-axis, and we call that the x-intercept or x-intersection. We cross x street. When we cross the y-intercept, we're crossing the y-axis or y street, we might call it. So these are the two intercepts. You can sometimes have only one intercept. Maybe we have a vertical or horizontal line. And occasionally you might go through the origin. And you might have an intercept that's the same for x and y. So one thing to keep in mind to understand what we're going to do and make it very simple once we understand it is that when I have my x-intercept here, y is 0. So let's say that this is negative 2.5. Well, y is 0. If I go up, y is 1. If I go down, y is negative 1. So whenever I'm crossing x street, y is 0. Whenever I'm crossing y street, x is 0. So at this point, x is 0. Y is about 1.5, but x is 0. So when you're on x street, y is 0. When you're on y street, x is 0. If you're going through the origin, both are 0. So we're going to use that understanding that if I'm on the x-intercept, let's say negative 2.5, y is 0. Here, if I'm on the y-intercept, let's say it's about 1.5, x is 0. So when I have an x-intercept, y is 0. When I have a y-intercept, x is 0. So let's use that here. Now, I'm going to show you a slightly longer way, and then for those of you who have teachers who allow you, the shortcut. If I want to find if I want to find the x-intercept, I'm going to plug in y is 0. So I'm going to take this equation, 2 times x minus 3 times 0 equals 12. And so that 3 times 0 is going to make it disappear. So that's how we'll do it slightly faster. We won't even bother plugging it in. We'll just ignore it. When I want the x-intercept, I ignore y. And so I solve, and I get x equals 6. So when x is 6, y is 0. That's my x-intercept. When I want my y-intercept, I'm going to make x equal to 0. So 2 times 0 minus 3 times y equals 12. Negative 3 times y equals 12. We do the opposite. We divide. Y is negative 4. So in our coordinate, we do the x and then the y. It's in alphabetical order. So the y would be right here, the second number, and x is 0. When x is 0, y is negative 4. So how can we do that slightly faster? Well, if I want to get the x-intercept, I'm just going to ignore the y. 3x equals 10. Divide. 3 times x is 10, so we divide. We do the opposite. X is 10 over 3. So that would be our first intercept. So when I want the y-intercept, I'm going to just ignore x. Negative 5 times y equals 10. Don't forget the negative. We divide, we do the opposite to get y alone. So y is equal to 10 divided by negative 5, which is negative 2. So when y is negative 2, x is 0. When you want the x-intercept, cover the y, ignore it. When you want the y-intercept, cover the x. It's as simple as that.